Right. All right. So we will call this meeting to order, the Lake Stevens Civil Service Council meeting, November 9th. We'll do a roll call. Brian McManus, Commission Chair, present.
Ray
Joshua
Mitchell,
Wilson,
go ahead.
Joshua Wilson, Commissioner, present.
Ray Mitchell, Commissioner, present.
Julie Good, Examiner Secretary.
Jeff Young, Deputy Police Chief.
Excellent. Thanks, everybody. First order of business is to approve the minutes from the October 12th meeting. I reviewed them. I have no changes. Ask my fellow commissioners if they have any changes.
Now they're
I
fine.
reviewed them.
Make a motion, we accept them as written.
Okay.
I can
I'll
second that.
the motion. Okay. Either or. Good to go. We'll get everybody involved. We'll get a rotation going here. Okay. So minutes approved. Moving on to agenda item 4, which is new business staffing and recruiting update. So Julie or Chief, you want to give that update?
All right, so I'll get started on this one. We have not had a whole lot of activity over the last, I guess, month that we have since we've met. We've had a few command interviews. Unfortunately, some of those candidates were not suitable for us or just had something that was going on and we had to move on from them. We have had a couple of other people apply. I think we have 2 potential lateral candidates that have applied, and we have another advanced candidate that has applied. We're working on scheduling command interviews for them. We have another lateral candidate that applied prior to this meeting, and we are currently trying to schedule a command interview with him. We have our records specialist position. We have one person that's going to be leaving our staff probably at the end of February, and we're currently hiring to backfill that so that we can train and have everybody up to speed by the time our current employee leaves. So we have that person moving into background effective next week. And then we have a couple of command interviews that are getting set up here in the near future. And of course, we're continuing to recruit and try to get as many people at least give us a look as we can. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question, Chief. I get here early so Julie can go over this manpower matrix with us, or human power. And it says we have 34 authorized positions, and the 2 that are currently in the academy are included in that 34. Am I correct there?
I do not believe so. I think those 2 that are in the academy are not counted against our vacant positions because they're
No, I don't mean the vacant positions. I mean the authorized positions.
Yeah, I believe they are counted in that.
Okay. And if I look at the vacant positions, it says 4, but we really, that does not include the 3 that we know we're going to lose that Julie's put on this list. So we're really 7 down total.
Yes. Yeah, that would be accurate.
Okay.
But then you had the 2 in the academy that were scheduled for academy. So that would drop that number to 5, correct?
No, those 2 that are in the academy are not counted against that number. We have
gotcha.
one officer that we know for sure is retiring on January 1st. We have another one that's retiring. Is it November 30th or December 1st, Julie?
His last day is November 30th.
Okay, so we have 2 there that are for sure going out.
Okay.
And then we have the other 2 vacancies. So we're still working on it. We're definitely making sure that we have our staffing where we need to. And we do have currently 2 officers that are working on light duty.
Okay.
So Brian, to answer your question, the 2 that are in the academy are included in that 34 under authorized positions. So we're still 7 down.
Will be, yeah, with those retirements, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the retirements.
Yeah, with the retirement, yeah.
Just to give you more information, I added to that spreadsheet in the kind of the lower right corner, a list of the upcoming vacancies, just so you kind of know what we know.
Yeah.
Help see the forecasted vacancies and what's coming up that we know of.
Now, Chief, where are we at on corporals, sergeants and that sort of stuff. Do we have, openings and requirements there also?
We have all of our sergeant positions currently filled. Corporal Heineman was recently promoted to sergeant. We have our announcement out currently to fill corporal. Actually, that one closed yesterday, so I don't know what applications are in for that, but we will have 2 corporal positions to fill for that one. And then we do have 1 corporal that's at his rotation period. So we're going to have to look and see if we're going to either rotate him or promote him back into the position based upon qualification. So we're looking at 2 to 3 corporal positions to be filled, but we're doing okay on those positions.
Well, who is not in the authorized positions? Is it chief and above or commander and above or is everybody in there?
I think everybody's supposed to be reflected in that number from top down.
Okay, from the chief on down.
I'd have to double check. I think the way I put that in there was the number of civil service positions. So the commander and above wouldn't be, but I will double check. It's been a while since I started that spreadsheet.
Okay,
And I honestly haven't, done that 1, 2, 3, 4 count thing to determine how many exact positions we have total to include the non-commissions. And that may be why we had that discussion a couple months ago about how many positions we have versus, the commission represented, commission non-represented.
Right.
We'll get back to you on that though.
Yeah. I got to think, Chief, looking at our list, and I'm just going back to a couple years ago when we got started, right, and made some changes. And I've talked to a friend of mine who's actually on the, the Linwood Mountain Lake Terrace Edmonds does their kind of trilateral hiring. And I talked to a couple of guys in the county, and I think they'd be envious on being in a position we're in right now with the number of candidates we need versus the number of candidates we have, right? And they were, I think the thing now is we're coming into the holidays. It's going to slow a little bit. You might get these onesie twosies guys. People are just thinking about making a change at this time of the year. A lot of reflection, but it does slow down. So I think for our commissioners, we just our expectations have to be that we're going to get what we get over the next 6 weeks or so. I think, and then probably gear back up in January.
the reason I asked about the position, because if you look at the matrix, it's got police officer, authorized positions 34, then down further it says police sergeant. Now, how many authorized, should there be a number there?
Those are included in the officers.
Okay, so okay,
But you're right, we could break that out into sergeants and officers.
or just take it out of there. I mean, if it is. Am I the only
Well, I
one?
think it's good to know that you've got 5 sergeants on the eligibility list though, right? So they're already there waiting for appointment, Chief, or how's that work when they're on an eligibility list for sergeant?
So the eligibility list, what I'm interpreting that as is the list that we just created back in September, and we promoted Gavin Heineman off of that list. So
Okay.
we have 4 people that remain on that list. And one of the things that Chief Pizzo just did a couple of weeks ago was come up with an idea that we're going to use people that are on our current sergeants list as a pool for our corporal list. So
Okay.
effective on November 16th, Jason Holland will become a corporal. And then we have a couple of other people that should be applying off of that list as well. And if you're on the sergeant's list and a corporal position comes vacant, you have the first right of refusal.
Nice.
So that's kind
Okay.
of the trend that we're going to be moving right now, or
Gotcha.
the way we're going to be moving.
So that eligibility list for sergeants is based on a testing then, right? They test for sergeant position. Is that
Correct.
accurate?
Yes,
Okay.
and that's the one that we already completed back in September.
Okay. Great.
So how many authorized positions do we have for sergeants?
6.
6. Okay, so up above that 34 should really be 28? Or because you have 6 sergeants and 28 police officers.
You could subtract the sergeants from that list, from that number, yeah.
You know how us Capricorns are, we're very linear.
I appreciate it because the less confusing for you, so I'm happy to adjust.
I need all the help I can get.
I think we're looking good though, is the overall message, Ray, right? Looking really good. All right. So was that what we had for new business? Does anybody have any new business in addition to the staffing levels and recruitment effort?
I don't have anything to add.
I don't have anything else.
Chief, what's going on out in the neighborhood? Anything we should be aware of?
Nothing we can talk about in a recorded meeting.
Oh, okay, I apologize. Can you talk about the traffic officer status? Is that,
We are currently working on that. So one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that we had some of our current trainees off of the field training process. And then once we get a couple of other folks hired, we have one lateral that we're waiting to give his final offer to, and another entry level that we're just waiting for him to get through the full process so that we can pin him down on, are you coming to us or are you going somewhere else? I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to talk him into coming to us. But I'll just have to reach out to him and see what we can do. So once we get all those positions filled, we'll be transferring one to traffic and one to investigations. And that should pretty much equalize our staff.
thank you. I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
There we go. I lost you guys for some reason. Am I still on?
Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
Okay, here we go. There we go. I clicked over to sign your document, Julie. I was like, uh-oh, this has been a long day, guys. So yeah, you've got the motion to adjourn, so we are adjourned. Are we still recording, Julie?